Thank you for staying tuned to Boss Lady News. Now, I know you guys have heard of the Roxbury Film Festival and all the amazing artistry that comes through that. I want you to meet one of the coordinators for that, one of the special coordinators for that event, Lisa Simmons.
How are you?
How are you? Please have a seat. I know you're a busy lady, so thank you so much for being able to come on to the show.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
Yes, I have known about the Roxbury Film Festival for years, and I have always wanted an opportunity to speak with someone who kind of planted the seed. And I think it's so important what you do for the artists that actually create these productions. Before we get into that, are you originally from the Boston area?
I am. I am 4 generations Boston. So
Okay.
my great-grandparents, my parents, grew up in Roxbury.
Okay.
I was born in Roxbury, then moved out to the suburbs and moved back in.
Welcome back.
So yes, I am originally from the Boston area and deeply, deeply
Awesome.
entrenched.
Awesome. What made you kind of get into this part of the industry? So you're on the end of new ideas from producers,
Right.
and them wanting to get it out to people.
Well, it's funny. I never did this when I was younger. I was never into film and into acting, whatever. I graduated from college. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I was like, I don't want to do that. And I became an actress for a number of years in the Boston area. I would do plays and I would do PSAs and all these sorts of things for companies. And then I noticed that I would go to auditions and there would be tons of people auditioning who I didn't know. And I was like, this is Boston. How do I not know these people?
Right, right.
And then I realized that it didn't matter whether or not you were talented or whatever. It was sort of like the way you looked. It was like, did I have long hair that day? Did I have short hair? Was I light? Was I dark? So it was sort of like, we need to create our own organization where people, where directors and actors and producers were meeting each other and creating our own work,
Right.
which is how the color of film started. And then Michael Trent and I had started the color of film, and then Act Roxbury was looking to start a film festival. So they called Color Film and said, this is what you guys do. Do you want to do this together? So that's how sort of the first Dudley Film Festival started.
Wow.
And then it changed to the Roxbury Film Festival, and now 19 years later, we're at the Roxbury International Film Festival because we really do have films from all over the world, and
Right.
our tagline is celebrating people across the world.
Right.
And it's completely independent films that you would never see more than likely anywhere else. Some of them do get picked up on HBO and on Netflix, but for the most part, you're really not going to see them anywhere else, and that's why film festivals are so important.
Absolutely. You are in a place where, and time, where producers of color, especially in a melting pot such as like Boston, are just looking for the opportunity to get their art in front of people.
Right. I mean, and the opportunity is there because the avenues have opened up, right?
Right.
You don't need a major studio to produce your film. You can produce it, you can distribute it yourself. There are so many opportunities and so many ways to do that, not only as a filmmaker, but as an artist.
Right.
And with social media and globalization, it's the perfect time for artists to get out there. For all of these reality shows that have, you know, The Voice and all these other things, and it's wonderful. It's a great opportunity. It's a great way to be seen, and you know, I think it's incredible. There are online film festivals. There are ways that you can see films through YouTube and Vimeo that you could never see before, and you are beholden on studios to pick you up and then distribute you, and them getting more of the money and you not. And so I think, you know, with the way that technology is, that you can make a film. Last year we screened 9 Rides, Matthew Cherry's film. Matthew Cherry used to be a former NFL player. He became a filmmaker, which he shot all on an iPhone 6S. And it was our closing night film, and it was brilliant.
Right.
And it's just, you know, basically showing that you can do this. You have a story, you want to tell a story, you can do that. And you can do it with a quality, you know, in a quality way on an iPhone.
Right. Inspector Tech, I know you're out there. So all of the iPhone people that you know that are creating movies on their phones, you want to have them watch this episode so that they can get in touch with Lisa. Now, the film festival, it really allows people to submit their work to you.
Correct.
So what is the process that some of these producers have to go through to get onto into the festival?
So we use a platform called Film Freeway, which a lot of film festivals are now using, and it's really user-friendly. It's user-friendly for the film festival organizers as well as for the filmmaker. And basically you upload your film to that film festival, and it's great because you put in your trailer, you put in all of your images that the film festival is going to need, the summary, the bio of all of the people that are involved, and then what happens is and every time somebody submits, I get an email saying there's a submission, I click on it and I can watch it right away.
Nice.
So it really makes it really user-friendly. It's a wonderful platform. And that's basically how we choose our films.
Right.
So,
how many people are able to actually have their films viewed during the festival?
right. It's every year it gets more difficult because
I'd imagine.
the quality of the films are amazing. The stories are incredible. So this year we had over 160 or so
Wow.
submissions, and we have 56 films in the festival.
Okay.
And it's just difficult. I mean, there are ones that we left on the table that just because we couldn't fit them in, we actually extended our festival a day because we didn't want to lose some of the films. And even then, we missed. We're not screening 4 of them that the whole committee really loved. But we'll get the opportunity to screen them. But what's wonderful this year is that we have a number of local filmmakers.
Wow.
And so that sort of has ebbed and flowed over the last 19 years. I mean, the film festival was originally created to support local independent filmmakers that weren't getting into festivals at other places.
Okay.
And so that sort of started to drop off after like year 6, and so we ended up having more filmmakers coming from around the country, and then internationally people were asking to be part of the festival. And so
Part of the Roxbury Film
Roxbury
Festival.
International Film Festival, which is great. I mean, we're the largest film festival in New England that celebrates people of color.
And let me correct myself, the Roxbury International Film Festival.
And it's
Nice.
great. And now people are seeking us out and saying, when do I submit? When do I
Right.
submit? When do submissions open? So, and we're really a filmmakers festival. We really care about filmmakers and we want them to be here. And one of our partners is Mass Art that helps with housing filmmakers that are coming in at a very cheap rate because, as you know, Boston's so expensive.
Exactly.
So it's really been great because we get to have the filmmakers there to talk about their films, and Boston audiences love that. They love being able to talk with filmmakers about the work that they're doing.
For certain, I went to an independent film viewing, and it was incredible, actually. I was very, very impressed with the level of education and self-taught educated filmmakers that are really producing these incredible pieces. Where are some of the places that the films will be viewed, or where will they be viewed?
So the main venue is the Museum of Fine Arts. And we also are screening this year at Hibernian Hall. Again, we're doing 2 films there. And Haley House Bakery Cafe is where we do our dinner and a movie
Nice.
program. So those are the 3 venues.
Where can people go to find out about submitting, to find out about where the films will be viewed, buy tickets?
The website is roxburyinternationalfilmfestival.com.
Okay.
That's where you can get ticket passes, you can get dinner and a movie tickets, you can get the films that are at Hibernian Hall, and then you can find out info about filmmaker hangout parties. We're doing a pitching session, so if you're a writer and you love to tell stories, we'll be doing a pitching session at Dudley Doe.
Awesome.
On I believe it's Tuesday, the 27th of June. And yes, and then you can also get individual tickets at the mfa.com.org/film website, where right now it's live, so you can see all of the films that are screening throughout the festival.
Amazing.
It's incredible. We have an incredible opening day program that starts at 3 on June 22nd, which starts with a documentary about Metco, and then we're doing a documentary on Body and Soul, the music that was one of the largest jazz songs to be performed by both Jewish and African American
Nice.
musicians, and
There
then
goes that combination again.
it's huge. This is a huge film, and then our opening night film is a film called Tear Down the Roof: The Untold Story of Parliament Funkadelic.
I'm going to be there for
Yes,
that one, especially
because we have one of the original Parliament Funkadelic members, and the Bride of Funkenstein, the original Bride of
I can't wait
so they're
for
gonna
that.
be in the house.
I wasn't a part of that generation, but I grew up with listening to Funkadelic Parliament.
Yes, yeah.
And it's just, oh, George. I mean, talk about a character
And this was
create
about a lot
other
about
characters.
his role in Parliament Funkadelic, so it's going to be very interesting.
So I'm super excited. Once again, give everybody the information for the Roxbury International Film Festival and where they'd be able to find out more.
So you can get tickets right now at mfa.org/film, and then you just scroll down, it'll say Roxbury International Film Festival, and you can look at all of the descriptions of the films that are in the festival. And then roxburyinternationalfilmfestival.com, which is our website, which will give you all the information you need, dinner and movie tickets, the films at Hibernian Hall, and passes, because it's the best way to fest is always to buy a pass, because we're 10 days, 56 films, and it's really, you don't want to miss any. We have people that go to every single film.
And we don't want to miss it. And we don't want you all to miss it. So make sure you do check out the Roxbury International Film Festival. Lisa, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to have you back on again.
Yes,
because
and I can't wait to
wanna
have
stay
you
updated.
come to the festival and interview some of these filmmakers.
I would love to.